one of the keys is to really understand the emotional side of being a tenant, but when this report obviously zeroes in on repairs and maintenance. We've talked about human-centric service provision in previous reports. There's a piece of academic research that we reference in the report from Dr. Absalom at University of Birmingham, which refers to the key point is the home being an emotional place. It goes back to that hierarchy of need kind of thing, where if the bricks and mortar aren't fit for purpose, then everything else in your life might fall apart. So Dr. Absalom identified sort of three things that get in the way of landlords understanding this. One is their attitude, or the prevailing attitude towards social housing residents. There is a great deal of stigma, despite everybody's best efforts to counteract it. There is a drift sometimes in social housing provision between the core value of social housing, which is helping people who need a home, and the sort of the business of it. And if those two aren't aligned, then that gets in the way of understanding the human side of things. And then there's the resident involvement, or the lack thereof of meaningful, useful resident involvement. So I think the key, I would not to completely hijack that research, because there's plenty of other things that go on there, but a lot of our recommendations hang on those sort of things. So make sure your residents are involved in a strategic way when it comes to procuring repairs and maintenance services. Think about, think very clearly about the experience of being a resident and having these repairs, having things go wrong in the home. Understand what that feels like. Make sure that when you go to do it, you are prepared. You have communicated a good plan to everybody who needs to know it, so that things happen in the right order in as few visits as possible, to minimise the distress that you might cause to a resident in carrying out those services. And if you can understand it from that point of view, as a landlord and as an operative, you're onto a winner.